Okay, we're going to talk today about increasing and decreasing functions. Specifically, here are some of the vocabulary words that we'll be looking at. Increasing functions, decreasing functions, monotonic increasing or decreasing. So you'll see some words here like increasing or decreasing, and sign diagrams. Okay, if you think back to pre-calculus or Algebra 2, you may recall that we've talked about analyzing functions, and when we talk about analyzing functions, if you remember, we talked about zeros, remember a zint, yint, right? X-intercepts, Y-intercepts, we talked about intervals of increase or decrease, and end behavior, and just being able to use that information to sketch a graph, okay? Well, now we're going to extend that a little bit more, and we'll find more accurately the maxima, okay, extreme values such as maximum and minimum points, and also intervals of increase and decrease. Okay, so let's think about what intervals of increase means. Okay, well, an interval of increase is an interval when as I go from left to right, okay, basically I'm going upwards. All right, that makes sense, right? I'm increasing as I read from left to right, just like I would a book. Okay, so if I'm going upwards, then it's increasing. Okay, if it's going down, then it's decreasing, and I think that's pretty intuitive. Okay, just think of it as reading from reading like a book. Okay, so here's the graph of f of x. It's pretty obvious. You can find where the graph is increasing. Basically, where if I was walking from left to right, when would it be hard and when would it be easy, right? So you can see that this interval right here would be an interval of increase. Once I hit this maximum point, local maximum point, once I go down there, I would be decreasing, and here I'd be increasing, okay? Fairly easy, right? So this is really easy if I have a graph, okay? Let's go ahead and define those intervals, okay? We could say it's increasing on the interval. If I was to use interval notation, negative infinity, open-ended, to 1, including, okay, and you could, I guess you could leave this as an open space, okay. It's not terribly important right now, but let's go ahead and leave that open for now, okay. Increasing on this interval and increasing also from the interval 4, right, the x value of 4, and we're talking only about x values when we talk about intervals, 4 to infinity, okay, and you can see that that's going to be the intervals of increase, okay. So the decrease then would also be from 1 to 4, okay. Alright, so that's fairly straightforward. Now, what if I don't have a graph and I only have an equation? Okay, so for instance, what if I had something like f of x equals minus x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5? Okay, then how would I find the intervals of increase and decrease? Right, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this section, and we'll be able to do that using calculus. Okay, so here's the trick. When we're using derivatives, if we use derivatives, we can actually find if this curve is increasing or decreasing. Okay,